Hi, my name's Jeff Duran, CTO of Music Xray. Today I'm going to guide you through getting started with our Partner API demo application. For those of you who aren't familiar with Rails, you'll want to look at other tutorials online that might give you a better idea of how to get started with that application framework. To get started, please visit docs.musicxray.com. You should see a link to the Demos Rails source code, which will link you to the repository on GitHub. Grab the repository link and check out the code. In this case, I'm checking it out to my desktop. Wait for the code to finish downloading. After everything's set up on your desktop, cd into the directory. Then run your migrations using the default database, which is SQLite. They should run successfully. After that step, you'll need to run one more command, which is bundle install. It should fetch all the necessary dependencies so that your Rails application will boot up without a problem. Next, we'll edit our app config.yaml file located in our config directory. This file holds the necessary credentials for making calls to the Music Xray API, as well as our Amazon bucket name and credentials used to store uploaded MP3s. Please visit docs.musicxray.com again, and this time click Register New App on the left hand side. It should take you to a page where you can enter in the application name. This can be anything. Next, fill out your domain, a callback URL, as well as your support URL. The callback and support URL are currently not being used, but we ask that you fill them out anyway for future use. You can put in placeholders if you really don't know what you'd like to use in the future. After successfully creating your application, you'll be redirected to a page where you can find your access key and secret key. Copy and paste both of these into the appropriate locations in your app config.yaml file. Finally, give your application an internal machine-readable name. This config parameter can be anything you choose and does not have to coincide with the name that you gave while creating your app. Next, we're going to fill out our Amazon credentials so that we have a publicly accessible place to store our uploaded files to the app. You'll see why this is important in a little while. If you do not have an Amazon Web Services account, you'll have to sign up for one and create a bucket via the Management Console for S3. To avoid showing my Amazon credentials to the entire world, I'm going to skip now to the next step, but please know that I did copy my credentials to the config file in the proper places. Now that we are all set up with our configuration file, it's time to fire up our application and look at it in the browser. Type Rails S to boot the application server on port 3000. Next, go to your browser and type localhost:3000 into the URL bar. If everything went well, you should see a very simple Rails application with tracks at the top. The first thing we need to do is upload a song to our application. Click the New button at the top left of the page. Click Choose New File after that, and pick a file that is likely to match something in our database. For instance, there is a good chance that a top 40 hit will match something in our database, but a very unlikely chance our database will have a match for a 30-second clip of, say, cat noises. So make sure you pick something that sounds like music. Upon uploading a song, you'll be presented with a details page listing some attributes. Please make sure the song has been successfully uploaded to Amazon by clicking the play button. If the song plays, then you know you're all set to proceed. Clicking the button labeled Add, Track, and Extract Features. This will complete the first step in acquiring matches by sending the song to our API for feature extraction. Feature extraction is necessary before we can begin matching your song to other songs. After successfully adding the song to the Music Xray API, you should refresh the page a couple of times until the button labeled Send Track Match Request shows up. Click the button, and this will send a request to our API asking that we find relevant matches for this song. It's worth noting that in a production environment, this process would be automated so that the user would just upload a song, and then your server and the Music Xray servers would coordinate until there were matches available. You would then send a notification or otherwise show the matches to the end user. The reason we have this cumbersome interface in the demo is to attempt to illustrate the necessary steps in attaining matches. After a couple seconds, although it could take several minutes, the matches are ready and we can display them on the page for the end user. We return matches along with the title, image, description, and link so that you can tell your users a little bit more about the Dropbox before you send them over to our site to make a purchase. Below the styled version of the Dropboxes, I've printed out all the attributes now associated with the track. Feel free to look over these attributes to get a better sense of how you might display Dropboxes to your users. For now, let's click on the Submit Now buttons to see where it sends us. When a user clicks on the link, a user will be taken directly to the Dropbox presented to them with your affiliate ID attached. If a person signs up with your affiliate ID, you will earn a percentage of anything they purchase for the lifetime of that user. This concludes our demo app tutorial. I hope that you found it informative and are excited as we are to start helping your users find the kinds of opportunities they are after. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to email me at jeff@musicxray.com.